News 46 is brought to you by William H. Jackson Injury Attorneys. Injured? Get Bill and Robin, your local injury attorneys.
Welcome back. Now here's Josh with your Great Computer Deals Tech Tip.
Reporting from my man cave, it's Josh from Pahrumph's own Great Computer Deals, and it's time for another quick tutorial. If you guys are like me, you like to keep up with the headlines, so you open up your browser, you're scrolling through, but there's a little bit of a problem, isn't there? It's that print. It's so darn small. Who could be expected to read that? Well, let's be honest, our eyes are not getting any better, so what do? Well, I got a nice little trick for you that you're gonna love. All you gotta do is press and hold down the control key on your keyboard, and while you're pressing that down, use the scroll wheel on your mouse to scroll up. As you're doing that, you're gonna notice that the print gets much, much larger. Way easier to read. Of course, if you want to go backwards, press and hold down the control key, scroll down, and it returns to normal size. Still need help? Come to our store where you'll find low prices and friendly faces. We're located at 1190 East Highway 372, or call us at 775-990-8833.
Well, it was the Roaring Twenties Friday night at the Pahrump Nugget where CASA held a much-anticipated quarter auction. Willie Bear explains.
We had our second Roaring Twenties event, but this time we did it with a quarter auction.
What's a quarter auction?
A quarter auction is when you buy a paddle, like a regular auction, and a ball with a number on it. The ball goes into a drum, and you bet a quarter on any of the items that come up, anywhere from 25 cents to $1. And we had over 100 items tonight that were auctioned off, and we're very excited because everyone had an opportunity to win something. We had 10 sponsors for the event, and we're always grateful for them because they always kind of go the extra mile. We were sold out with over 150 people, and so the sponsors probably were at least half of those.
So what's coming up next for CASA?
In October, we have my retirement/birthday party, and I'm going to make it a fundraiser for CASA because I don't need any more gifts. So in lieu of gifts, I'm asking people to make a donation to CASA. It is going to be a fun event. We're going to have some auction items and things like that, so they can call me at the office, and our new office number is 775-505-2272, which is CASA.
A service to honor and remember a legend will be held tomorrow in Michigan. Deanna O'Donnell reports in this week's entertainment news.
Aretha Franklin's funeral service is scheduled for tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time at the Greater Grace Temple in Detroit, Michigan. The service will conclude a week of events in Franklin's beloved city of Detroit, which has included her body lying in repose at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, so fans can pay their respects. Franklin died earlier this month at the age of 76 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. There's a packed lineup of performers for the funeral, including Stevie Wonder, Faith Hill, Jennifer Hudson, Pastor Sherry Caesar, and the Clark sisters, among others. Now, Ariana Grande has been added to the list to perform following her emotional tribute performance of Natural Woman on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon with the house band The Roots after Franklin's death. Chris Stapleton topped the list of finalists Tuesday with 5 nominations for the 52nd Annual Country Music Association Awards. Stapleton is vying for Entertainer of the Year, Male Vocalist of the Year, Single of the Year for Broken Halos, Album of the Year from A Room Volume 2, and Song of the Year for Broken Halos. It was his 3rd nomination for Entertainer of the Year and 4th consecutive for Male Vocalist. Producer and musician Dan Huff received 4 nominations, including Musician of the Year, Single of the Year for Drinking Problem, Album of the Year for Graffiti You, and Album of the Year for Life Changes. Huff has won Musician of the Year 3 other times. Jason Aldean, Dierks Bentley, Dan and Shay, Florida Georgia Line, Chris Jansen, Miranda Lambert, Midland, Thomas Wright, and Keith Urban each received 3 nominations. This is Urban's 14th nomination for Male Vocalist of the Year. Carrie Underwood will host the show on November 14th at 6 p.m. on ABC. Taylor Swift looks to set a groundbreaking record deal when her contract with her current label expires later this year. The 28-year-old signed with Big Machine Records and its founder, Scott Borchetta, when she was just 15 years old. After 6 albums, she will be free to sign a new deal in November, 1 year after the release of her last record, Reputation. Music industry insiders said that her team has already had preliminary talks with bosses at her current label, as well as other rivals, and all are allegedly so desperate to sign Taylor that a groundbreaking deal may be brokered. Vincent Paul Abbott, the drummer for Pantera, better known as Vinnie Paul, died from natural causes earlier this year. The Clark County coroner announced that on Monday. Paul died at his Las Vegas home on June 22nd. He was 54 years old. The coroner's office determined the cause of death was dilated cardiomyopathy with severe coronary artery disease, identified as a significant condition. Paul was a founding member of the metal band Pantera in 1981, along with his brother, Dimebag Darrell Abbott. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your entertainment this week.
News 46 Weather Cam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it's time to take a look outside through our Glenn Lerner weather cam at our current conditions. It is a sunny day outside and not as hot as expected. Michael Donahue is going to tell us what else we can expect in our forecast after this break.